is my garden. Let's go take a look at everything that's in there. It should be fun. I am excited to document where everything's at, so glad you're coming with me. Just walking in. These are some bushes that are supposed to be fast growing that we hope will grow up and over the arbor into the garden. So we're gonna start on this side. That bush, and then we have some zinnias, snapdragons. This is called Dragon's Breath, and it comes in a whole bunch of bright colors, orange and red. And of course my lupin, which is beautiful. Some daisies. We have some scarlet radishes and some king tut peas. Some daikon radishes. My green beans looking along the back are starting to pop up. That seed's pretty when they start to come out. And then we have sparkler radishes. They're fun. But yeah, this is the whole side, left side. We have plum radishes. Well, the funny thing about the plum radishes, they actually are planted with some French breakfast. My son was helping me plant, and he double planted this area. So we got some of both. There's sugar snap peas that are growing. I'm hoping they will grow fast. Then our French breakfast radishes. We have some chives, and they're just starting to come up in a couple places, along with some beans along the fence. And we have onions on the back, just starting out. And then we have cabbages, cabbage, and some cauliflower. So they're just getting going. This is my shadiest spot, so it'll stay pretty cool, which the cabbages and the cauliflower like, so hopefully they'll do well over here. Some new cabbages coming up. Victim of the frost in the corner. And then here's my herbs, which all lived through the frost, but they're not growing very well or very quickly. That's my rosemary, some bee balm, some sage, my cumin, which was really vibrant until the frost, so I might need to replant that. Another victim. My geraniums did not like the frost. I'm hoping they'll come out of it, but we'll see. Bachelor buttons, basil, lavender, some more basil that bolted already, oregano. I think that even is some more basil that bolted. My basil bolted quick. Thyme. In these cute little pots we have potatoes started. I'm starting to see some leaves come up, so I'll throw some more dirt on that and keep them growing. Over here we have zucchini, black beauty, zucchini, and just regular green zucchini. The corn has started to pop up in the back. Just a little bit of corn, another zinnia. I love zinnias, so quite a few of those. I think this is crickneck squash and some more zucchini coming up here. These haven't sprouted yet, and I can't even remember what kind of zucchini or squash I planted here. But it hasn't come up yet, but the corn's starting to pop up in the back. Again, just a little guy there coming up. Here we have our strawberries, and they were doing super good, and then the frost hit, so I'm hoping they'll come out of it too and spread all over. They should. some flowers coming up along the back corner there, which is good. Composting section. It's good. And then over here we have raspberries along the fence and some kale. Marigold. And then here we have carrots. Aren't carrots funny? They just look like grass when they're first coming up. Obviously I need to thin my carrots. Some more raspberries. There's a look down the whole right side of the garden. Raspberries, some more onions, some more cabbage popping up there, carrots, raspberries, lettuce that has run its course. Need to plant out some more lettuce, raspberries, more carrots. We like carrots around here. Raspberries. And this is one of my favorite beds. First thing planted in these boxes was the garlic. And it's doing pretty well. It's all popping up. Good. And you got snapdragons and daisies and zinnias. This zinnia is about to open up its first blossom. But I think zinnia buds are pretty all on their own before the flower even comes up. Got some nasturtium. I think that one is Alaska nasturtium. Another zinnia. Look at that bud. It hasn't been popped open yet. Its leaves got attacked by the frost, but I think it'll be alright. Some more garlic, and there's a Yeti nasturtium right there. About ready to come up. Grow big. But yeah, lots of garlic. That's around the outside. Then we have our greenhouses, which I showed you some of yesterday. But everything's still alive and doing well. It's looking good. Lots of peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers, bell peppers. A question, if anybody knows how to get rid of black flies in your garden. Trying to keep everything organic, but if I have to resort to other things, I will. But this bed, for some reason, has tons of black flies in it. So, any suggestions would be welcome. Here's the other bed. It's got some noodle beans popped up. Good peppers. Tomatoes, eggplant. This is an awesome picnic table my dad and my grandpa built. It folds into a bench. Eventually we'll have a sunshade over this area, but our first idea of constructing it did not work out so well, and it was trying to blow away in the wind, so we're having to rework it. This down here is my cilantro. It's just starting to pop up, which is good. Over here I have a couple of fennel that are popping up, and some, what are you, parsley that's starting to pop up. See that bed just got, if you watch real close, there's lots of flies in there. It's weird. Some tomatoes trying to survive out in the open. Got some tarragon in here. It's popping up, and some caraway that has started. Another greenhouse. Cucumbers, noodle beans, tomatoes, peppers. Hopefully everything grows. Isn't that the hope of a garden? Seriously, it's the hope of the garden. Is that you can but everything will grow. And everything will turn out all right. And then over here, I have some lemon balm and some thyme and some anise seeds that are just starting to pop up right there. Oh, not that one. That's a weed. Goodbye, weed. But that is a little anise popping up. And then this greenhouse. This greenhouse I worry about because it's in the shade more than anybody else. But actually, the plants seem to be thriving in here, so that's good. Some cucumbers back there. I have some more noodle beans planted along that side of the trellis. In July, I'll be able to take the plastic off because it should be warm enough around here that that can come off and make it nice. And then stuff maybe will start to grow up above on my arches. Let's see. Back here we have our chickens. They're funny. And some golden convents and some Norwegians. We have 13 chickens. And I've had them since they were just a few days old. Anyway, they're getting big. So I wanted to talk for just a minute about my garden and why it's so important to me and why I think it's important that I document it. We kind of using this YouTube channel as our journaling process of our beginnings, of the ideas and the dreams that we have for our family and for farming. What really started it was this past couple of years, we've really struggled with where we wanted to be at. My husband's had several careers, military and other things, teaching, working as a manager for places. He has had a number of careers since we've been married. We've been married 20 years this year. And we have 2 teenage sons. They're awesome. But we haven't really taught them how to work, and so we're working on teaching them how to work, which is part of the whole garden experience. I do run a small town, small time bakery. My dad's working on a trailer. As soon as it's finished, then we'll go into that a little bit more. But we started out this year not really knowing what we should do as a family, not really knowing what our goals should be, what we were trying to accomplish. We didn't really feel like we had a goal or that we'd really found what we were meant to do. So we thought about it, and we thought about, well, why can't we do the things that we've always dreamed of doing? Why can't we start a garden? We've always wanted a big garden and be able to be more self-reliant and be able to have food that we didn't have to rely on a grocery store for, that would be healthier, that would support our family. So we're renting. We live in a rental house that happens to have a big yard, and we just asked our landlord, hey, can we put in a garden, and how do you feel about chickens? And he's been great. He's let us do whatever we wanted. But still, even sitting in here in what is now one of my favorite places in the world, it's kind of surreal, you know? Kind of surreal when what was a dream becomes a reality. We were tired of feeling like we couldn't have the things we wanted. We couldn't have a farm. What did we know about farming? We couldn't have a garden. What did we know about gardening? We live in a rental. I mean, we came up with a million excuses for the past 20 years about why we couldn't do the things that we felt like we wanted to do. And maybe that just comes with age and time. But in my last year before I hit 40, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm ready to just do what I feel drawn and called to do, which is having a farm and providing food for other people. We have planted way more than our little family will ever eat. We did it on purpose. We want to help our neighbors. We want to help our community. We want to be able to let other people have fresh food. Which is why I think I get so disappointed when things don't grow, which I know happens. It's going to happen. Things aren't going to grow. Not everything's going to grow. So I need to get over that. But really, this is our dream, is to help people. That's what our dream is. We want to help people. We want to help them eat. We want to help them thrive. We want to help them build confidence. We want to help our kids build confidence and strength and accomplish what they want to accomplish. So we were tired of waiting. We don't have the means necessarily to just buy a farm or buy a bunch of land. So we thought, you know what, we're going to start where we're at. Tired of waiting. So let's start where we're at. So we did. And here we are. And maybe not a lot of people will ever watch this, and maybe not a lot of people will ever watch any of the videos we post, but that's okay. We're really just trying to document our journey and our garden, so, and our farm, and watch it grow. And maybe one day we'll be able to afford a big piece of land where we can have multiple greenhouses and big garden beds that we can feed a lot more people. But for now, this little rental plot of land is what we've got. It's what we have. So that's what we're going to use. And even in just we decided in February this is what we wanted to do, and this is what we were going to do. And here I sit in June with hours and hours and hours of work, and hours and hours and hours of time and money poured into this little spot of heaven. And I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we didn't talk ourselves out of it. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on our garden and why we do what we do. So watch, don't watch. I hope you watch, and I hope you get something out of it. But if not, that's okay too. Anyway, that's it for us today.